a fucking campus security guard walks into the bathroom. He's like, it sounds like you boys are having a party in here.
Shit never is as bad as it seems. Fuck a lifespan, this is just one long dream.
How's it going, everyone? And welcome back to another episode of Story Time. I want to say that it's been a while since I've done this, but I always say that almost. If you go back about 3 episodes, like consecutively from now, you're gonna hear me start off saying, it's been a while since I've done this. It's been a while since I've done one of these. I wanted to say that again, but I need to stop doing that. I think you guys already know it's been a while since I've done one of these. It's been about, I want to say, give or take, maybe like a month almost. I guess before I get started, I should give you guys a little update on what's been going on. So I actually just recently, maybe about 2 weeks ago, maybe a week and a half, I came back from a trip me and my girlfriend took with her family to the Dominican Republic. I did record a couple vlogs. If you're interested, you can definitely check them out over on my second channel, LD, link in description below, or you can check it out on the on my home tab. It's right there. It's LD, capital L, capital D, you know what I'm saying? And I uploaded a couple vlogs just so you could catch what I was doing. And then I'm going to have more of those videos that I didn't upload on YouTube over on my Patreon and my members only section of my YouTube membership. So if you're interested in wanting to check some of those things out, all you gotta do is click those links or click join and you'll have access to some of my little lost vlogs that I uploaded. Nonetheless, I hope everything's been going well for all you guys. It's been a while. Oh man, I gotta take a... I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I apologize for the interruption. I had to go to the bathroom. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I hope everything's been going well for you guys on your end. I've been doing pretty well. I'm glad to be back. I started a new job, so I'm working from Tuesday to Friday, 12 hours a day. So basically 48 hours a week. It's not bad. It sounds bad, but I get a 3-day weekend. So it's not too bad. But yeah, I'm doing well. I want to thank you guys for the how well the last video I uploaded did. It got 23,000 views. I believe that is my most viewed video on the channel. So I'm hoping that I can, keep doing good and just keep it steady. I hit 1,100 subscribers. So thank you to all the new faces that have joined, and yeah, I hope I can keep you guys entertained and happy on the journey of success. But nonetheless, let's just get started for today's story time. I don't want to keep you guys here with just a bunch of bull crap. So we're gonna take it back to when I was in high school. This was about, man, it's crazy. I was in high school over 6 or 7 years ago. It doesn't really even sound that far away. In August of 2024, it would be 10 years since I was a freshman in high school. And just hearing that out loud is just fucking insane. Should I also note that I have a little bit of wine with me right now. I'm having a pretty chill night. I just finished recording the video for a character file. I'm not going to say who, but if this video comes out first, just know that I have a character files episode waiting for upload. It could be coming out tonight, it could be coming out tomorrow, and I have another video coming soon as well that should be pretty interesting. I don't want to give any spoilers, but let me get back to what I was saying. Yeah, the wine is making me mentally sidetrack, but yeah, it's been some time since I was back in school, and if you're not a stranger on this channel, and especially with story times, you know that a lot of things have happened to me in my life back when I was going to school. And one of these things I wanted to talk about today, if I have the time, maybe I might tell 2 stories of back when I was in school, but the one that I really wanted to share was actually my first time doing something that I would consider the bad kids did, okay? So I don't want to spoil it exactly, because I feel like if I just say it outright, no one's going to want to pay attention to the rest of the story. So I'm just gonna go with everything. I'm just gonna go with the flow. So I don't remember what day it was, but I believe this was back in, this might have been my sophomore year of high school, I believe. So it was either sophomore or junior year. So if it was sophomore year, this was 2015. If it was junior year, it was 2016. But I feel like this was closer to my sophomore year, maybe the end of sophomore year of high school. So I'm still kind of fresh to the school that I was going to. And if you're not familiar, I was kind of like, not a goody two shoes, but I wasn't and I feel bad saying this, but I don't feel bad. I wasn't an ignorant or an ignoramus, back in school. I didn't disturb the class. I mean, I would crack a couple jokes every now and then, but I wasn't the type of person to disturb the class and make sure and just basically fuck it up for everybody else. That wasn't my thing. So I knew that there was always a time and place to be funny and act out, and I just pick and chose wisely when I decided to do that. So this day back in school started off like any other day. I get there. I think I go from homeroom to I think I might have had I think it might have been my graphic design class, and then shortly after it was like I think it might have been like woodworking or maybe my guitar class. It was some class that I had, and they had an assembly going on, and it was only for that class that the assembly was going on. So I believe it might have been, and honestly might have been my guitar class or woodworking class. It was one of the two. And if you had that class, so like for example, if that was like your first class of the day, you'd go to the assembly. Second class of the day, the assembly. So like whenever you had that class, you were gonna go to the assembly. And it was me, my buddy Eric, I believe my friend Bryce, and I think there might have been someone else. I'm sorry, I can't remember it, but I know for sure it was me and those my two friends that I had mentioned. And we had that class, or that we had, I don't know if we all had that class together, but I know that we were in a predicament where we had to go to that assembly together, something like that. It was strange. Okay, I don't really remember too well because it was so long ago, and this wine is messing with my mind. All right, but I definitely know that it was some time ago. I mean, but no, I definitely know that it was us three together, and we're gonna go to the assembly. And we decide, I believe, okay, so we get together, we go to the assembly, and we're sitting there. I don't remember exactly what the assembly's for. I think it had to do with like, like might have been like for college, like preparing us for college, or it was like a safety prep or something. It was just some stupid thing. Or it might even been like, because sometimes we would have like guests come to our school. I don't know, maybe your school does the same thing, where they'll have like a guest speaker come down. They'll talk to you guys about some stupid stuff. Like one time we had this guy that had like no arms or no legs come and give a present, not a presentation, but he came and was like a motivational speaker, and he came to our school and talked. If I can remember, I'll try to get a picture of the guy. You might know who I'm talking about once you see his face. But yeah, like my school, we would always have some guy come down and basically talk to the kids or whatever. And this assembly was something similar to that, and it was supposed to be for the whole period of the class. I believe the classes back then were like 45 minutes a class, so the assembly had ended early. And me, Eric, and Bryce were like, hey, shit, like we asked the teacher, we're like, hey, what do we do now that the assembly's over? Because the teacher didn't have the classroom because they were in the assembly and they had to wait for the next students to come. So they were like, oh, just grab your stuff and get ready to go towards your next class. Am I remembering this right? Am I remembering this right? No. Wait, let me. Okay, no, that's not right. So instead, was it actually that? I don't know. I feel like that was what it was though, but then it wouldn't make sense because I don't remember how we would have did this. But nonetheless, all right. I believe that we got out of the assembly early, okay? And when we got out of the assembly early, I believe we had to go to our next class. Or, no. Okay, this is what it was. I remember now. We checked in with the teacher to go to the assembly. And once we basically were marked down for our attendance to go there, instead of going to the assembly, we didn't go to the assembly. Instead, we walked around campus. So, if you're familiar, I believe I talked about my school before. this shouldn't be the first time, but I went to like a really big high school. Like my high school wasn't like a small school. It was pretty big. It was basically like a college. There was multiple buildings with different classes, and it was really spread out. So instead of going to the assembly, we decided to skip the assembly and just walk around and pass the time and just, do what kids do when they skip class. Go to the cafeteria, grab some snacks, mess around. Like if you go to like one of our buddies' classes and joke around through the door to get their attention, just basically just walk around and just do our thing for 45 minutes. So before that, we had a chance to actually like skip the assembly. So we were heading to the building that the assembly is taking place in line with the teacher and all the other students. And we were at the back of the class. We tried to like tactically plan out exactly how we were going to skip this assembly. So when we're walking towards the assembly room, we all just kind of like walk out of the line and like hide behind one of the hallways. And when we're doing that, we peek to make sure that the teacher, nobody suspected a thing, and everybody just goes inside, closes the door, and I believe the assembly begins. So this is the time where we start joking. We're laughing. We're like, oh shit, like, dude, we're actually about to skip the class, such and such. Like, man, I've never done this before. Eric's like, yo, I've never done this either. And Bryce, because Bryce is kind of like, he was kind of like the, not the bad kid, but he was definitely experienced when it came to skipping and cutting classes. So he was like, oh, we don't have nothing to worry about. We're straight. And, we were just joking around in the hallway, laughing. We went to the cafeteria. We got some snacks, but we didn't want to go like too far when wandering because we had campus security guards. And usually, like during class times, there's not a lot of kids walking around. There might be like one or two students like kind of like walking because like they might be like runners for the teachers, or they're like delivering, because we had like an on-campus restaurant, so they might be delivering food to like one of the classrooms that ordered food or whatever. So we were trying to like be sneaky about it, but also kind of explore a little bit. So we go to the cafeteria, we hit the vending machine, grab some honey buns, some Pop-Tarts, we get a bev, we're doing our thing, and then we head back to the building that the assembly's taking place in, because we don't want to stray too far away, because if we do, then we're gonna get in some trouble or whatever, where we might get caught by the campus security guard or something. So we were just trying to play it smart. We were trying to have fun, but play it smart, so that way it doesn't come back and bite us in the ass or whatever. So as we're walking back to the class, we decide to hide in the bathroom, okay? So we're in the bathroom, we're joking around or whatever, we're laughing, we're having fun. Our friend Bryce is like climbing over the stalls, peeking his head out under the stalls and stuff like that. There's nobody in the bathroom. He's not peeking at anyone or doing anything crazy. We're just joking around. That was like one thing that we used to do a lot, even in middle school. Like we would go to the bathroom and like low-key kind of like terrorize the bathroom. Like, this is completely off topic, but one day Bryce was in the bathroom. We were in the bathroom joking around in middle school, and he rips the toilet paper dispenser off the wall. I guess he was trying to joke. He didn't think he'd actually do it, so he grabs it and accidentally rips it off. And he's like, oh, and he's like showing us like, oh snap, what do we do? So he just puts it in the stall, and he just takes it, puts it in the stall, and closes the door and locks it and crawls underneath. That way somebody thinks someone's in the bathroom, and the next day, it's put back or whatever. I guess the janitor fixed it or something. And I guess I'll keep going. And then another time, we were trying to show our friend how he ripped it off, and he rips it off the wall again. But as he's doing that, our history teacher, Mr. Priest, walks in, and he sees Bryce with a paper towel dispenser in his hand, and he's like, you boys out, Bryce, you stay here. And dude, he gets in trouble. We can hear him talking to the janitor, and he's like, so you're the little asshole who took that fucking paper dispenser out. Of course he didn't curse at him, but basically was like, you're the little shit that ripped this fucking paper towel dispenser off the wall and left it in the stall. And Bryce is like, yeah, I'm sorry. We can hear him apologizing and stuff like that. So anyway, back to the story. So we decided to hide in the bathroom, and we're joking around and whatever. And as we're joking around, we hear someone coming into the bathroom. So like we all like get in our positions. I act like I'm washing my hands. My friend Bryce goes to take a pee, like acts like he's peeing, and then my friend Eric goes into the stall. And as we're like taking our positions, so that way we're not blowing our cover, fucking campus security guard walks into the bathroom. He's like, it sounds like you boys are having a party in here. And I like, my heart just drops to the fucking floor. I'm like, shit, bro, we're about to get into some serious trouble. And he's like, so what are you guys doing here? You're not supposed to be in class? And then like Eric, like he quickly thought about this. Like, I'm not gonna lie, if it wasn't for Eric, like coming out and saying what he said next, we probably would have gotten into some serious trouble. And Eric comes out the stall, he flushes the toilet, comes out of the stall. He's like, I'm gonna be honest with you, mister, I really had to take a dump. And the campus security guard looks at us and he looks at Eric. He's like, sometimes, man, you don't gotta tell everybody all that information. He's like, I'm gonna just leave you guys to it. He's like, just don't be fooling around. Make sure you get back to class. Dude, campus security guard walks off. We all start kind of like silent chuckling, like a bunch of Japanese schoolgirls. We all high five each other. We're like, Eric, yo, like that was some smart thinking. But then it's like, okay, well, the campus security guard is already on to us, so we can't sit here and hide in the bathroom all damn day. We gotta hurry up and do something, and we don't want to go to that assembly. So fuck, what do? So what we did was we snuck out of the bathroom and ran our asses all the way to the freshman building. So we had a building that was only for freshmen, and like it was for them to get adjusted to the campus, so that way like all their classes was in one building, and they really only had to leave for like a couple of electives and lunch, but most of their classes was in that one building. And we decided that we would run to the freshman building and hide in the bathroom over there. So we get to the freshman building, we run into the bathroom, which is in the basement, and we get in there, we start laughing and joking around again, and we start celebrating, like, yo, we almost got in trouble. Like, you know that adrenaline rush when you think you're going to get in trouble, but you just narrowly avoid or evade getting in trouble? So it's kind of like that, like, oh shit, yo, we almost got caught, blah, blah, blah. We're laughing and joking. And then next thing you know, the bell rings. So we're like, yay, we walk out, we high five each other. And then I look up and I see a camera pointed right there at the bathroom door. And I'm like, oh shit. And I stop everybody and I point up and point at the camera. And everybody's like, damn, we're about to get into some serious trouble when they review those cameras. And we all, we dap each other up. We're like, fuck it, if we get caught, we don't know what happened. We just so happen to go to the bathroom at the same time. We plead the fifth, and we make our separate ways back to our new class, or our next class. Later that day, nobody called us to the office. We never got in trouble, and everything just went on as like a normal day of school. And since then, I've never actually cut class afterwards. After that time, but prior to that, that was my first time. I know it's nothing like super scary or super like strange. It was just something like in the moment that we were just like, we're gonna do it because we only have so much time left in school. We got to do some things to say that at least we got a chance to do it. And so I've skipped class one time. Was it fun? It was definitely fun. I thought it was worth it. It wasn't like we skipped a class that was in session. It was more like an assembly, so maybe we didn't get the full effect of it, but we skipped the class, and it was pretty cool. I'm looking back, and I'm kind of glad we did it because I got the experience to say that I've done it. Do I recommend cutting class? The good guy in me wants to say no, stay in school, don't be a fool, and do your classes and do your work. But if you're someone like me, where you're on the path to graduate, and you always were kind of like straight edge, kind of, and you just want to take a little risk here and there, I'd say if you have the wiggle room and you got the leg room to do a couple bad things, quote unquote bad things, I'd say give it a knack. Try it out with your buddies one time. Don't do it by yourself, because cutting class by yourself is just boring. Like, you're just gonna be walking around doing a bunch of hoo-ha. Like, that's not fun. If you can, get some buddies, cut class, try it out, and do your thing. But just make sure you don't make it a habit. I don't want to sit here and promote bad behavior. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's story. I'll see you guys next Sunday for the next story time. And don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and comment down below, or whenever you decided you did something like cutting class or did something bad in school. But nonetheless, my name is Lost Disciple, the voice box of the underground of YouTube, and I will see you in the next video. Peace out.
Color television, fan on the ceiling, abstract art on the walls, living different. 1989, talk
Meet you in the morning, meet me here tonight. Vibrating bed, gotta say it all right. Black marble sink, gold in the faucet, fresh bar soap, many shampoo bottles. Playing some Atari, she blowing on my cartridge. Room service knocking, I can hear him at the door. Do not disturb, hanging